Let's look at how questions by inversion works with the third person, singular and plural. In the plural, because il, ils, and elle, elles, both start with vowels, the T at the end of the verbs of ent is pronounced. So for example, to say, do they live in Montreal? We can say, habite-t-il à Montréal? This T of the ent makes a liaison with this il. So whereas we would say, ils habitent à Montréal, they live in Montreal, do they live in Montreal becomes habite-t-il à Montréal, and the T is pronounced. The same is true for other verbs, like irregular verbs that end with T. Since every verb in French for the third person plural ends with T, there will always be a T pronounced before il and elle. So for example, are they going to the sea? La mer becomes vont-elles à la mer? Now, if it's a specific person you're talking about, since the question always has to have a pronoun. So you can't say, are the girls going to the sea? Vont les filles à la mer? You have to put that on the side to specify it later. So here we have vont-elles à la mer les filles? These two are the same. But this cannot come directly after the verb. It has to be the pronoun. Now for the third person singular, we also have a T pronounced. Most verbs do not have T's, but some do. For example, the verb est, is, has a T at the end. So while we would say il est, he is, we say est-il, is he. So for example, est-il prêt, Jean? Is he ready, Jean? Is Jean ready? But for other verbs in French that don't have a T at the end, we actually add a T in there. So for example, we get sentences like Laure a-t-elle un portable? Laure, does she have un portable, a cell phone, a portable phone? This actually, in my opinion, sounds more fluid. A elle is sort of hard to say. You have to stop your throat. And this T makes it flow more nicely. A-t-elle. So for most verbs in French, they either end with a D or a T in the third person singular, which is then pronounced with the liaison like here, or they end with a vowel like a or er verbs. And for those we put this T in there, so we get this sort of flow. And again, here, like we've seen already, elle and Laure are the same person. But since only pronouns can be used in this flipping rule, in this inversion, Laure is on the side, either at the beginning or the end of the sentence, and elle is used in the actual inversion construction. C'est tout.